An Oregon woman's attempt to connect with her daughter's anonymous sperm donor is raising difficult questions about the practice and may even lead to a lawsuit. Danielle Teuscher told us she used a DNA test from 23andMe and then reached out to one of her daughter's genetic relatives. But Northwest Cryobank, where she received the sperm donation, then sent her a cease and desist letter. Anna Werner spoke to Teuscher, who says her plan for more children genetically related to her daughter is now in jeopardy. Anna, good morning.
Good morning. Well, it's one woman's story of unexpected consequences that raises complicated questions. Can anyone who's a donor expect anonymity when so many people are connecting and finding genetic relatives online daily?
She's really into music, singing. She's very athletic, very strong.
Danielle Teuscher's 5-year-old daughter Zoe is one of thousands of children conceived with sperm from an anonymous donor.
And she's definitely a social butterfly, which she did not get from me.
Teuscher wanted to know more about her daughter's ancestry and possible health issues. So when she and other family members decided to get DNA tests from company 23andMe over the holidays, she added one for Zoe, and lo and behold, turned up what appeared to be one of the anonymous donor's relatives.
I imagine you were surprised.
Shocked, yes.
And it sounds like you didn't go looking for that.
No, not at all.
The donated sperm had come from Northwest Cryobank, which offers donors anonymity. But Teuscher says the apparent relative she found on 23andMe listed themselves as open to messaging.
I said, I don't want to cross any boundaries. I just want to let you know that we're out here and we're open to contact if you are.
The relative responded, I don't understand, so Teuscher says she let it go. But then she got this, a cease and desist letter from Northwest Cryobank, telling her not to contact the donor or learn more information about his identity, background, or whereabouts. The bank warned it could seek $20,000 in liquidated damages. Worst of all, she says, it took back 4 additional vials of donor sperm that she purchased, sperm she'd planned to use to have Zoe's genetic siblings.
So what was that like for you, getting that?
Devastating. I mean, I was shocked. I was crying for days. Like, I could barely eat.
Because why?
I felt embarrassed almost. Like, here I thought I was doing this thing I thought was in the best interest of my daughter, and then it just came back on me in just such a harsh way that made me feel like I did something terrible, like I was a criminal.
Northwest Cryobank told us it does not prohibit DNA testing, but said concern arises when one uses DNA test results to contact a donor and or his family. The bank says clients like Teuscher have contractually agreed to not independently seek the identity or attempt to contact these individuals. Teuscher says that contract was online.
I mean, you just click the boxes.
Plus, she says it's not all about her.
My daughter is an actual living, breathing, feeling human being who did not sign that contract.
And contracts or not, many donor-conceived children and their families are finding each other.
All of us, thousands of us, have made these connections.
Wendy Kramer runs the Donor Sibling Registry, a group that connects donor-conceived children and their families. Her own donor-conceived son has found 18 half-siblings, most of them through DNA test matches.
It's a right for everybody to know the truth about their own DNA, their own background, their relatives, and their medical histories.
Northwest Cryobank says not all donors will want that opportunity. It told us there's a human being on the other side of the gift who may have a partner, parents, job, and children of his own. And uninvited contact could jeopardize these relationships and families. But experts say in 2019, that contact may simply be unavoidable. Dr. Peter McGovern is an infertility specialist.
The problem we have now is that the science has kind of overstepped where we are in terms of legality.
Do you think that it's even possible to promise someone that they will remain anonymous as a donor in the current environment?
I think despite our best efforts, we cannot promise that anymore.
But Teuscher says with the loss of her vials, the promise of more children may be ended for her.
They literally took my babies, my future babies.
Now, after we contacted Northwest Cryobank for this story, a representative sent Teuscher an email saying the bank would refund the money she paid for those additional vials of her donor's sperm, but did not offer to give her vials back. The representative we spoke to, the same one at Northwest Cryobank, told us that this is the only letter threatening legal action that they've ever sent to a client to his knowledge. But complicated questions, opinions on both sides here.
It's very interesting because we have more and more people who experience infertility. They use egg donors, they use sperm donors for lots of different reasons, and the law has to catch up with this because some people want to help, but they do want to remain anonymous.
Right, and in some countries, for example, the UK, when a child turns 18, a donor-conceived child, anonymity is gone. There are countries where they've just wiped away the anonymity. In fact, Northwest Cryobank told us that they now have a more similar procedure to that. For many of these cases as well.
I wonder how that'll affect donors.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anna.